NATO deceiving those who dwell on the earth by those signs which he was granted to do in the sight of the United Nations, describes what happened. East European countries were deceived by NATO bombings of Yugoslavia to buy USA military equipment such as USA fighter jet and missile, and to join the NATO. That's what is described in the book of Revelation 13:14 in the first part of the verse. Now, let's see what says the second part of the verse. Okay, this is the second part of the Revelation 13:14, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast who was wounded by the sword and lived. The second part of the Revelation 13:14 explains this. NATO turned the responsibility of the Kosovo war aftermath over to the United Nations, and temporarily Kosovo became under the United Nations administration. That's what it is. And the image of the beast, the image is the UN physical, the UN we see, and the beast is the UN spiritual body. Everything physical, everything we see has its own spiritual body. Everything we see, that's what the Bible describes as the image. So, UN is the beast physical body. For example, God created man in his image. So man is God physical. Man is a living God. A man must act accordingly. He must live godly. Otherwise, he is gonna face destruction. Now, let's see Revelation 13:15. NATO was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. That's Revelation 13:15. But let me just stop to the first part of the Revelation 13:15. NATO was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast. This just means this. NATO was granted the power to boost the UN image, to boost the UN prestige, to revival the UN. That's what it is. Now let's see the second part of Revelation 13:15. That you and the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship you and the beast to be killed. Revelation 13:15. The second part of Revelation 13:15 means this. The UN will act. The UN will speak and act in a manner as many as people will dislike the UN, will stop believing in the UN and its purpose, the world peace. That's what it is. And the entire verse 13-15 means just this. NATO was granted power to revive the UN, to boost the UN prestige, to the point the UN will speak and act in a manner as many as people will dislike the UN, will stop believing in the UN and its purpose, the world peace. And that's what is happening now. Al-Qaeda drove the UN out of Iraq with bombing. North Korea refused to have UN get involved in its nuclear standoff. In Sudan, Khartoum refused, or it was very reluctant to accept UN in the Darfur region. In Congo, the late President Laurent Kabila refused the UN intervention in Congo. So many don't believe in the UN about the world peace no more. That's what is explained in the book of Revelation 13:15. Now let's see Revelation 13:16 and 17. NATO causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. Revelation 13:16. And that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the UN or the number of his name. Revelation 13:17. Verses 16 and 17 of Revelation 13 mean just this. NATO will cause people of any walk to go through the UN before they can buy from or sell to NATO countries. So through UN they will receive a mark, a specific mark. I don't know yet what it is, but they will receive any kind of mark from the UN, either fingerprint or any mark or any ID, before they can sell to Europe, to a NATO country, or buy from a NATO country. So be aware of that scenario. Now let's see more about NATO in Revelation 16:13. And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs coming out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, out of the mouth of the false prophet. Revelation 16:13. The false prophet is just NATO. Let's see more scripture about it in Revelation 19:20. Okay, let's read Revelation 19:20. Then the beast was captured, and with him the false prophet, who worked signs in his presence, by which he deceived those who received the mark of the beast and those who worshipped his image. These two were cast alive into the lake of fire burning with brimstone. That's Revelation 19:20. Let's go over Revelation 19:20.